XC-W TPI. This one, I have a hard time. It's splitting hairs for me between this one and the Husky. I think most of the other guys here have said they prefer this KTM over the Husky for various small reasons. But I can tell you that this bike feels more agile, feels lighter and nimbler and quicker than my 250 XC. I'm not saying it's faster, but it feels quick. It feels quicker. And the throttle pull is a lot lighter on these EFI bikes. There's just something about how hard you have to twist the carbureted bike, and I've got good cables, and my throttle assembly is all clean because I just cleaned it out before this trip. So I know it's not because it's got a bunch of dirt and crap in my 250 XC. It's just the spring in the slide, the carburetor slide is just stiffer than the springs on these EFI bikes, and so it's not as fatiguing to twist the throttle and hold the throttle on this one, which is an advantage. There's a bunch of reasons why I think these EFI bikes, the KTM TPI and the Husky ingested bike, have some advantages over my 250 XC. I think these forks, for out here what we're doing, the Explorer forks are freaking good.
So I'm going to show a little drag race here, and prior to me turning on the camera, we had done like 4 or 5 drag races, and we've got Scott on the 250 XC, my 2017 250 XC, which was stock with a carburetor, stock head, stock everything. I'm on the Husky TE 250i fuel injected bike, and Sam is on the KTM 250 XC-W TPI, the bike I'm riding right now. And honestly, it just seemed like whoever got the best start and the best traction was the one who won the drag race. All 3 bikes seemed to pull like the exact same amount, and it just depended on who got the best start and who got the most traction to, you know, who was pulling ahead. So we were all kind of astounded at how closely matched all 3 of the bikes were, and it was really awesome to see that the EFI wasn't making more power, the carburetor wasn't making more power. They were very, very closely matched.
Did I jump?
Just not really, just you got a little bit better start, and then it was pretty much dead heat.
How are you doing? Is that bike holding with these?
Yeah.
It is?
I think me and Sam were dead even that time.
Okay. We'll do the roll start again.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go!
I want to point something out here. Look at how dead even Scott is on the carbureted bike on the left with Sam on the right. Those bikes were pulling at the same rate. So Sam's on the EFI bike on the right, and we all took turns winning this race. I won the race a couple times on the EFI bike. Sam won it a couple times on the EFI bike on the right, and Scott won it a couple times on the carbureted bike on the right, on the left. I mean, these that were so evenly matched. It's astounding how good of a job they did on the EFI to make it run like the carburetors, but it's got a little bit more crisper feel on the bottom end, which makes it awesome.
So that time I was consciously thinking I don't want to jump, and so I hesitated a little bit, and both of you guys then went, and holy Shatner, as soon as you guys got a little bit in front of me,
it's sandblasted.
I was like once I got about a bike length behind, I started getting like sandblasted, like holy Shatner. Here, but hey, this is what I'm happy with. So we did like 4 or 5 runs, right? And the person who beat was the one that got the most traction.
I agree with that.
Because this bike got good traction a couple times, and I jumped once. That bike was getting, the first 2 times you beat us.
Yeah.
On that.
You got the best traction on that lane, I think.
Yeah, and then.
I agree, and you guys jammed harder than I did.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you both were like, what?
But
I just kind of wrapped onto it.
on that last one, what I saw you guys, and I'm like, I immediately knew I was going to lose because you both jumped about a half a bike length in front of me in the beginning, and then I watched you guys stay exactly even. Just
And I gotta outweigh you. By
Yeah, I was
20
gonna say,
pounds.
honestly, the weight difference, like
that bike probably is making more power.
It feels like it has a little bit more aggressive map.
And I, just so everyone knows, I put that bike back to the stock head, the 250XC. It's a stock carburetor. It's a stock header pipe with the FMF turbine core. They put on this Husky, they put an FMF factory.
So that's got the gnarly torque.
Yeah, they've got, this is a factory with the power core. The KTM's got the gnarly torque with the turbine core. So the bike's all,
they're a little different.
that bike is the one that has the least mods on it, actually.
We're also splitting hairs. So that one doesn't have a pipe, but
It just a matter of who got the
it's
best jump and who got the most
and the
traction.
weight.
But-
Once we hit 6th gear, that comes down to the weight.
I was actually felt like when it was full out, topped out, we were staying dead.
That's probably true.
That's pretty amazing how carburetor versus EFI, freaking drag racing, you can't tell.
Just
You know?
a different fuel delivery system, but it doesn't necessarily give them more power.
No.